All right, today is Thursday. Happy National Library Week and happy World Book Day. I found that out on my Fable app today, that this is World Book Day. We are going to another town to try out a coffee shop that I've been wanting to try and to go to the library there. So we have to drive about 40 minutes and we've got our snacks, our water, our teddy bears. So we're ready to go. So that was the quickest coffee shop visit I've ever had. I walked in at 4 o'clock and the little girl behind the counter, she was a teenager, said that they were closed. Their website says they're open till 9 p.m. So I questioned her and she was like, yeah, we're having wine night later, but the website does not say that it closes and then reopens, and it doesn't say like when wine night is from. So I'm a little bit disappointed because it looked really cute and I've heard that their coffee is good. And I'm honestly just feeling kind of tired, and I would not have driven 40 minutes probably to go to a library without, you know, doing something else too. So we're gonna make the best of it and go to the library and then we'll go home. All right, let's go. I don't know. So we just went in the Water Valley Library. We had a good experience. The librarian was very, very nice. She showed us the children's section first, and Aya Francis and I read several books, but it was super warm in the place where we were sitting. I don't know if this, okay, I forgot to say, this used to be a house and they've turned it into a library, so it's very unique. But I don't know if they had central air or if like they had window units and the window unit wasn't on in the room that we were in, but the sun was coming down and I just was really hot. So we had to kind of cut the visit short. I found the trilogy that I'm reading, Mark of the Lion series. I just finished A Voice in the Wind. Yeah, I think the whole series is called The Mark of the Lion by Francine Rivers. And so I wanted to check out the second one because I have the first one, like it's mine, and then I haven't bought the second or third ones because I remember the third one was a little bit weird. So I was thinking of buying the second one just to have so I can reread it, but I saw this one here, but I wasn't able to check it out because this library is not in our library system and I don't have a library card here. So no coffee, no books, but we had a good time, and I might see if there's any place that I can just stop and get a Dr. Pepper because I am thirsty and sleepy. So also, if you're not from this area and you're wondering why don't you just go to another coffee shop, I don't think there is one. I live in rural Mississippi and some of the smaller towns either don't have coffee shops or they just have one. So I did drive past a cafe and it said coffee on the sign, but it was closed as well. And it's 4:30 now, it's 4 then. So I guess they're just open for lunch. So anyway, that's why we're not going to another coffee shop, because I don't know that there is another one in this town. Okay, we are back in the car. We're getting ready to go home. I did get some coffee. It's a weird color because I ordered a weird drink. The customer service was a tiny bit lacking, I would say. I was very overwhelmed when I walked in. There was nobody at the counter, so I didn't know if they were actually open or not at the coffee bar. I don't know if I said this was a drugstore. It was very cute in there. They had, of course, like the medicine and stuff, and that was in the back. And then they had some gifts and other merchandise. And then they had like a really nice jewelry section of Ronaldo jewelry. And then they had this soda fountain, like really nice old soda fountain. And they have ice cream and milkshakes and coffee, but nobody was standing there when I went in, so I didn't know if they were open. And then the lady just like came up and asked me what I wanted, and I asked her if she had any recommendations, and she said, well, it just depends. So that was not helpful. And they had lots of flavor options, but they didn't have, like, they had a flavor list, but then they had what they could make with them, like lattes and all of that, on another sign. So I didn't know what all they could do. I didn't know if they had espresso or if it was just coffee. So I usually like to get a latte with a flavor, excuse me. But I thought they just had coffee, so I got an iced coffee, and the flavor I chose was raspberry. Why did I do that? I don't know, because I normally like hazelnut, and they didn't have that, but they had some other like nutty things. But anyway, it's not too bad. And then Francis had fun. Did you have fun in the drugstore? Yeah? What did you like about it? The birdhouse. Yeah, she saw a birdhouse. She saw a little strawberry bag, and she loves strawberries. But anyway, before I go home, I just wanted to share another favorite library memory, and then also a resource from the library that I don't think I've shared yet this week. So another favorite memory that I have is when I was about 3rd grade or maybe 4th grade, like 8 or 9, I literally read all the books in the library at my school that I was interested in. And it was Nancy Drew, and I'd read every single one. I'd also read all of the Boxcar Children, and I was kind of bored in my reading. I guess now they call it a reading slump. And so my mom took me to the public library, and I remember she went and asked the librarian for different recommendations. And she was like, I remember hearing them talk back and forth, like, do you think she's ready for the Chronicles of Narnia? And I'd never heard of that. I'd never heard of C.S. Lewis, but the fact that they were making it seem like it was advanced and like, do you think she's mature enough or ready enough or whatever, was kind of exciting. And my mom had read those, and I think she said my sister read them and liked them too. And so I was like, okay, I'll try those. And if you're not familiar, the Chronicles of Narnia was written by C.S. Lewis. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, I think it starts with The Magician's Nephew, and then The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is the second one. But that movie was pretty popular, well, I guess probably like 20 years ago now. So anyway, it's kind of like an allegory, I guess you would say. If it's not, I guess it's not really a true allegory. I don't know. I'm not really making any definitive statements on that. So
I want to see.
You want to see? Yeah, you can see. You see? You say hey? Oh. Anyway, I'm getting kind of long-winded, but there are a lot of cool spiritual truths and parallels, because C.S. Lewis was a strong Christian. He started out as an atheist, and then he wrote both fiction and nonfiction and did both very well. Although his nonfiction, to me, is a little bit dense and it can be over my head. And so I have to be in the right headspace to read it, and I haven't even read all that much of it. So I'm losing track of where I was going with that. Oh yeah. So I ended up reading the whole Chronicles of Narnia series. I absolutely loved it. When I was driving here, I was trying to think if when I've reread it as an adult, because at the library it was individual books, and then I have a book of all of the books. I don't know what you call that. And I know I read it at some point, but I don't remember when. So it might have been like early college or something, but I would like to reread that. And I was planning to one summer, and I think it was the summer I found out I was expecting her. We had gone overseas, and I took it with me. And I just didn't read as much that time because I wasn't feeling very well. So anyway, that's another favorite library memory. The resource I wanted to tell you about was Holds. So our library system has, I don't even know how many libraries, probably like 10 or 15. And so if you have a book, and there's an app so you can see what all books the whole system has. So whether it's at Oxford or Batesville or wherever, Hernando, you can see all the books. And so if there's a book in Hernando that you really want, you can place a hold on it. and once a week they make a delivery to Batesville. Okay, and this is just my experience. It's probably different in different systems, but I feel like every library probably does have some sort of hold system, whether it's just somebody else is reading the book and you want to be next in line, or if it's like getting it from another place. But I didn't know that, but that's been super helpful, because just because when you go into your library, if you don't see a book on the shelf, you can ask, do you have this in the system? If not, can you get it for me? And a lot of the books that I've read in the past year or so have been from holds. So that was something that I didn't grow up knowing about. I don't know if that was a thing back then. Maybe it was in a different capacity, but that's been very helpful. And so, yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed World Book Day. Do you want to say what your favorite book is? Okay, tell me your favorite book.
Lucky is my favorite book.
Which one?
Book is my favorite book.
Which one?
Book.
The ice cream book? I don't know the ice cream book. You like the dog book, Dog's First Baby? And you like Very Hungry Caterpillar, Eats Lunch? I don't think I could choose a favorite book right now or ever. Last year, my favorite book was All the Lost Places by Amanda Dykes. But my favorite book that I've read recently would be A Voice in the Wind. And we're gonna have to go because I gotta get dinner on the table.